Happy Tuesday! Today we're going to work on Module 1, Lesson 27. We have been working so hard on this first module of the year, and we're getting closer and closer to the end. So today we're going to keep talking about the number 10 and what it really means. Alrighty, so to start, we're going to go ahead and use our 5 frame, and we're going to use some linking cubes. If you have linking cubes with you, you can go ahead and use them along with me. Make sure you get out 10. We're going to start using 5, but we will eventually get to 10 linking cubes. So let's go ahead and organize the linking cubes. We know that we start over here on the left, and we put them across the frame when we count, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what it looks like when we have 5 cubes. And we've been doing a lot of work recognizing when there's 5 of something. So whenever you see a 5 frame that has one whole row covered up, it's always going to be 5 cubes, every single time. The top row is entirely covered, there are no empty spaces, it's 5 cubes. Now, if we had 5 more down below, how many do we have? Well, we should count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We know that there are 10 cubes on here. We also know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top row and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom row, because 5 and 5 makes 10. 5 and 5 makes 10. It's really useful to know that 5 and 5 makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 and 5 make 10. Remember, we can also count it this way. If we know that there are 5 on the top, we can go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what we call counting up, and that really helps us when we're trying to count bigger numbers. So we have 10 all together. You all know how to write the number 10 because you already know how to write the number 1, and you already know how to write the number 0. So you know how to write that number 10. Now what if I have my cubes in a circle like this? Go ahead and put your cubes in a circle too. And you're going to count them one more time. Now, do you need to count them over again? If you put them in a circle, do you already know how many you have? If you do, go ahead and share it out. How many cubes do you have in this circle? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice that I started counting with the first blue block so that I knew when I got back to that blue block, I was done counting. I counted 10 cubes. Is that what you counted as well? Yeah, because even though this looks really different than this, they're the same cubes. We didn't take out any more. We didn't put any away. So that means we're still going to have 10 cubes, no matter how they're organized. 10. 1, 0. 10 cubes. Now, today we're going to talk a little bit about how we can organize 10. This way of organizing 10 shows us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I don't know about you, but if I were looking at these cubes, I would not know how many there are without counting them up first. I would need to count them one by one in order to know how many I have. Because when they're in a row like this, if they're just in one row, it can be really hard to keep track. And it's hard to see with my eyes how many I have. Okay, so let's test it out. If I organize them like this, it's easier for me to count because I know there's 5 on the top row and 5 on the bottom row. Do you see how that's different? It's still 5 and 5, but when they're all in one long row, it can be trickier to see with your eyes that you have 10. But if you make 2 rows that have 5 in them, it can be so much easier to count really quickly. Now, what happens when I put my frames like this? Is it still easy for you to count how many we have? Let's see how many rows we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And in each of the rows, there are 1, 2 cubes. So we have 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Is that still 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is. Over here, I had 2 rows of 5. Here, I have 5 rows of 2. But both of them still just tells me that I have 10 cubes, even if it looks a little bit different. So for today's problem set, you're going to work a lot with the number 10. You're going to count the shapes and write how many you have. You're going to draw 10 things and color 5 of them. You're going to color 5 a different color. Then you're going to draw 10 circles. You're going to color 5 of them one color and 5 of them another color, just like we've been doing. We've been using 2 colors a lot of the time on our videos. Over here, we're going to color 10 apples, and you're going to draw a path to connect the apples starting at 1. See how they all have numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then down here, you're going to color the apples, and you're going to count and draw a path to connect these ones as well. Alrighty, I hope you're looking forward to our math lesson with myself or with Mr. Malcolm, where we're going to talk about this problem set. Good job, kindergarten.